Another quick note that I forgot to mention, typically speaking, after I get done with my express routine and down my protein shake, what I'll do is I'll go upstairs and take about a 5-minute cold shower. I'm talking about as cold as I can possibly bear it. I am literally shivering when I get outside of the shower, and the reason I'm doing this is for a number of reasons, quality reasons, and ones that you should definitely consider if you're looking to get the best possible results. All right. Number one, whenever we're trying to do something like burn fat, get shredded, but also maintain the size and strength that we've busted our ass for, we're always going to be kind of teetering around a catabolic state. We want to put enough work in to where we're stimulating muscle fibers and maintaining the size and strength that we got, but we're also trying to do a little bit more so that we can burn off fat. And when you try to toe that line, it becomes difficult, and you can thrust yourself into a state of overtraining or just a general catabolic state very quickly. So what you're trying to do is do everything in your powers in order to recover from your workouts faster. And one of the fantastic ways that I learned while I was at Florida was doing contrast baths, like kind of a hot and cold contrast bath. I don't have a tub right next to my shower, so I can't necessarily do that. But the next best thing is just doing a cold ass shower. And the reason why is because it's going to enhance the flow of nutrient-rich blood throughout your entire body. And the flow of nutrient-rich blood throughout your body is going to aid in recovery. Okay, so definitely throw in those cold ass showers. If not for the just the actual benefits when it comes to your workouts, just do it because it's a kick in the balls and it tests your manhood. Trust me. Throw it in and you will feel fantastic afterwards. It's a great way not only to do that, but again, like I said, test your manhood and ignite your entire system for the rest of the day. All right, so it's around 8:45. Just finished showering up. Feel great. That cold shower really invigorated me. It's miserable while I'm doing it, but feel great afterwards. And anyway, came downstairs, prepped meal one, I guess you can say, breakfast. And while I was doing that, it's important to note that in between meals is typically when I drink the bulk of my water. You see meatheads all the time carrying around a big ass gallon jug of water, and I think first off that's fantastic that they're drinking that much water, but I also think they look like retards when they're doing that. You simply don't need to do that, okay? You don't need to do that. What I do to make sure I get every bit of water that I need to better facilitate recovery and to be able to burn fat the way I want to while maintaining size and strength is simply by drinking one of these 1 liter steins of water in between meals. That's all you have to do. You do that and eat probably 4 to 6 meals a day and drink a little while you're working out too. You're going to get enough water to facilitate the goals that you've got in mind. And that said, another thing I want to point out is I don't like drinking too much water while I'm consuming food because it kind of disrupts and unsettles my stomach. And I'm sure a lot of people feel the same way. You ever drink a lot of fluids while you're eating, you have just like that full bloated feeling. I'm not a fan of that, so what I like to do to make sure I'm getting enough water and not dehydrating myself is to drink in between each of my meals. So if you have a sweet stein like this, or if you just want to carry around like a little water bottle, drink that, fill it up in between meals, pound it, and I can assure you you're going to meet all of your aquatic needs. All right, now on to breakfast. Real simple. I'm not going to turn this into a cooking show, so what I'll just show you is what I just prepped. Real simple: scrambled eggs, 3 of them, a piece of fruit, a banana, and 1 cup of steel cut oats. Nothing crazy here. Couple notes, couple things I want to talk about. First off, eggs. Number 1, don't throw out the yolk, even if you're trying to get ripped up. Yes, it's got a lot of fat in it. However, what's important about a whole egg is the fact that it's got a lot of B vitamins inside the yolk, which is where the fat is, and those are going to be important for you being able to facilitate more fat burning. Also, the healthy fats in there are going to be responsible for kind of aiding in joint health, all right? Whenever you're pounding away at the weights, doing what you need to do in order to not just, burn fat, have the volume in your workout to burn fat, but also to facilitate the maintenance of your size and strength gains, your body's going to take a beating. So it's important to have healthy fats like the ones found in yolks into your diet. And another thing that I want you to think about too, some people ask me, is it important how you prepare your eggs? Personally, I don't think it alters the nutrition of the eggs regardless of how you prepare it. What people screw up on is what they add into the egg. So if you have like scrambled eggs and you're throwing like a half a cup of shredded cheese on there, then yeah, that's not going to be as good for you, and it's not going to align and be congruent with your goals of burning fat. So these are just simple scrambled eggs. I got 3 eggs. That's around 21 to 24 grams of protein, plus the cup of oats that I have. I threw around 4 ounces of skim milk in there. I'm not lactose intolerant, so it's not going to give me any problems. That's going to be a complete protein. So the complete protein that's found in this bowl of steel-cut oats and this plate of scrambled eggs is going to be adequate enough for me to facilitate my protein needs for recovery and not being thrust into a catabolic state. And fruits, important thing to know about fruit, I typically like eating fruit earlier in the day when I'm trying to maintain a steady state of blood glucose. Fruit is fantastic. I love bananas, apples, oranges, berries. Here's the thing though, when you're trying to cut weight, fruit will elevate your blood glucose levels. And we talked about this earlier. You want to maintain a steady level of equilibrium with your blood glucose. That will allow you to spike your growth hormone levels, which is important for fat burning and muscle building. So what I like to do is just stick with eating them earlier in the day so as not to elevate my blood glucose too high the closer to the time I get to bed. All right, so typically I'm going to eat these in the morning before I hit my big lifting portion of the day. All right, so hopefully that clears things up on the breakfast front. Typically speaking, what I'll do is I'll pound that, do a little bit of work, a little bit of research, and then about 3 hours from now, I'll have either a snack or some type of pre-training big meal to better prepare my body to be fueled for the big workout later in the day. But for right now, I'm going to pound this food and get to work on helping you out with some other sweet content. So stay tuned. Okay, it's around 11:30, 11:45-ish. I know what time I'm going to be training, which is around 3 o'clock. So it's going to be perfect timing to eat lunch right now, because I always like to give myself around 3 hours to digest a good solid meal before I go and murder the weights inside the gym. So what I'm going to do now is have a nice little lunch. And what you'll notice about the lunch I'm going to eat is it's going to be pretty much the same format for what I ate at breakfast, with just a little bit less of the carbohydrates, specifically the energy-dense carbohydrates that I'm consuming. And the reason I do that is because what you're going to see and what you're going to want to do is basically, if you're trying to burn fat while maintaining size, strength, and a relatively high level of performance inside the gym, is taper down, slowly taper down the amount of carbs that you eat throughout the day. Because like I said, it's so very important for you to maintain kind of equilibrium with your blood glucose level, because like I said, it's so very important for you to keep that at a steady state so that you allow your body to initiate the production and release of more growth hormone, okay? It's all about that. If you can manipulate your training and diet to where it will help you release more anabolic hormones, you're gonna be in a better place, get faster results, trust me. So real quick and simple lunch today. I had some leftovers from last night. I made some fajitas, a little bit of top sirloin, and some skinless grilled chicken that I chopped up and threw in with some onions and bell peppers. And gonna have, you know, a good probably 35 to tops 40 grams of protein worth of that, and about a cup's worth of vegetables cooked in there. And I'm going to have a slice of poor man's Ezekiel bread. This is Arnold bread. In the Midwest it's called brownberry bread. That's interesting, didn't realize that. But nevertheless, people hate on bread. Dude, it's, you know, for the most part, if you get a good quality whole grain bread, specifically whole wheat or whole oats, it's not going to kill your gains, trust me. Now, I'm not going to tell you to go get, you know, white bread, because that's going to elevate your blood sugar a little bit higher. But nevertheless, don't you know, think bread is the devil. It's gonna be okay. Just make sure you stick with a whole grain bread that has an abundance of dietary fiber in there, because that will help regulate that blood glucose level and make it a more energy sustaining carbohydrate, which is what you want to do. All right, so I'm going to consume a nice little lunch, do a little bit more work, and then in 3 hours I'm going to get prepared to head off to the gym and murk some weights. Hopefully this video helps. If you don't mind, if you did enjoy this video, please, number one, I want you to hit the like button right now. That allows me to make sure I know that I'm kind of hitting the spot with what you're looking for, so I can kind of help you towards your goals, you know, help you achieve them faster and more efficiently. And two, if you have any particular questions that I can help you with in regards to your lifting routine or maybe your diet, please let me know what they are by leaving them in the comment section below, because, you know, I am here to help you achieve the goals that you want to achieve in a far more efficient manner. So I want you to get better results, and I want you to get those better results faster than you ever thought possible. And the only way you can do that is by making sure you're putting yourself into a system that is proven to work. So please, let me know what your questions are, and I will get you a video giving you my tips and certain things you can plug into your program right now for fantastically badass results. Appreciate your time, guys. Have a good one. Mandler out.